Did that get it? I think it did. I can't ever tell. Hey, folks, welcome back to the Portable Gamer. Oh, golly. You know what? Maybe I should just start this one again. It's good times right there. Here we go. In 3, 2. Hey, folks, welcome back to the Portable Gamer. And welcome back to Farming Simulator 2017. And welcome back to Upton Farm. It has been... Man, it's been a day. I'm just going to leave it at that. It has been a day. It is 2200 where I am. I've been up since 0400 yesterday. I couldn't sleep. Woke up in the middle of the night. Had the insomnia real bad. Real bad. So I woke up in the middle of the night. And if you know, if you've noticed, on this channel, we were doing... I don't think I can get there. Maybe? Can I get there? And then I'm going to try to cut it. I'm going to try to cut it. Oh. I'm at a point in my day now where everything is so bad that it's like nothing can get worse. I'm protected. I'm shielded from badness by badness. You get it? Oh, we snuck right through there. Right. This thing needs some fuel. We need to get some diesel in here. I just mowed a couple of fields. And I will... I'm concentrating, so I'm talking like a crazy person. Let me get this thing parked, and I'm going to get some fuel in it. And as we're putting fuel in it, I'll tell you what's going on in the... Did I hit something? Did I snag something? And I'll tell you what's going on in farm world. Right. I'm going to carefully turn my head. Carefully. Right. I'm going to carefully back this up. Oh. Carefully. I'm trying to... It's weird because I have to, like, move the controls one way and move my head the other way. Oh. Am I doing it? I think I'm doing it. Holy smokes. That's a Christmas miracle right there. Santa called. He said he got my letter. Right. Fuel. Let's get some fuel in here. And while we're putting fuel in, I'll tell you what's going on. And as always, when we pull away from these spaces right behind us here, we need to make a big turn because we can't make the left right out of those spots. Right. No, not right. I mean correct. Not... You know what I mean. You know what I mean. Whew. Woosah. Right. Pull right up here and get some fuel. Beautiful. Brake on. Brake on. No, not the turn signal. What are you doing? No. Okay. Are we put the fuel in. Jeezy Pete's. Right. It's the turn signal. Okay. So, here's what's going on. Man. I skipped ahead to day 7. It is day 7 now. And day 7 means that our grass is now in growth stage 2. So, I went ahead and fertilized these fields down here near the farm that we own. They don't really have numbers, but we own them. Now, I fertilized them both. Why is this one not fertilized? Well, it's because I mowed it already. So it is harvested. This one is not. Those marks right there are for from where we drove the tractor that was spreading the fertilizer. I also went up to the sheep. You can't really see it. Yeah, you sort of can. It's a hot mess in here. I drove the mower up to the sheep and just did a couple passes in the sheep meadow and loaded that grass that we cut into the loading wagon up there. Used it to feed the sheep because they were getting pretty low. It had been a few days. And then I came back over here and mowed the other one. So fertilized first, then mowed the sheep, then came back and mowed here. And now we're going to hop on the rake and get some raking done. And then we're going to grab the T7 probably, T7 or T8, and the forager, and the tipper, and get that going as well. How's my oil light blinking? I need an oil change too? Really? Do we have oil on this side? Son of a... This is fabulous. Right. Okay. So there's diesel. Let's get some AdBlue. And is there... Oh, there is. Okay. I can see a pallet of oil down here next to our power washer that we bought and we never use. Ever. Ever, ever. So I think if I come down here and get this going. Weight plate. There we go. Oil change. Left control. Y. Fantastic. We did our oil change. Great. So we go back in cab. Do I sound agitated? Do I sound irritated? Did you wake me up? Did you rub my lamp? So I recorded all that. And I didn't mean to, but the recording ran an hour and 20 minutes. I just couldn't find a good place to stop. And I figured, you know. So the file that came out of there was 40 gig. The video for that was 40 gig. That's a decent sized file, I have to say. It's a pretty good looking file you got there. Yeah, it's a real good looking file. Huge. And then I put it into the editing software that I use, and because I'm in Shadowplay now for capture, I'm not giving up on face tracking. I don't care how seasick you get, take a Dramamine. Put one of those things on your wrist. We're using face tracking. Jeez. Are we not moving forward? Are we not moving forward? All right. It's not stopping. It's not turning loose of me. So I put that into my editing software, and it says this is a variable frame rate file, and it can't be edited. You have to convert it to... You can't have VFR, they call it. You can't have that. Okay. So make it into you know, something you can work with. It says cool, and it goes to work for like an hour and a half. You know what? I'm going to try this because it worked last time. I'm going to make the big Woosa. So it takes my 40 gig file and it makes it into a 160 gig file. 160 gig video file. An MKV. Sweet monkey. Okay. So then I tell it to render that into... There's a preload, like a profile, in my editing software for YouTube. And it's the format that YouTube wants. Right? You feel me? You get what I'm saying right there? So it's got all the specs that YouTube wants. And typically a file is like call it 18 to 20 gig. And if it comes out variable frame rate, I do have to whatever, and it ends up being like 50 or 60 gig, and then it does its thing, makes it all YouTube friendly, and it's like, I don't know, 5 to 8 gig. Okay, so we start with 40, we fix it, I'm making air quotes, we fix it, and it comes out at 160. So then I render it into the YouTube friendly format, and it comes out at 40 gig, which I could have just uploaded it directly. The reason I didn't want to upload a 40 gig file is it would take like 2.5 days. So ultimately, I had to toss it. There was nothing I could do with it. That's why this is all mode. That's why you didn't see any of that. There was also, I have to say, there was quite a bit of chicanery. There was, I was not at my best. Things were not going well. But that was only an hour and a half. Well, if I've been at this since 4 o'clock this morning, and it's going on 2200, that's like a lot of hours. That's a lot more than an hour and a half. What have you been up to, son? What have you been doing all that time? Well, I spent the majority of that time trying to get cattle and crops to work. And there's several things. When I say get cattle and crops to work, there's several things that I'm talking about. One is, I want to be able to record the game. Now, initially, I could. Initially, I could record the game. Now, I cannot. I have horrible stuttering, like the worst I have ever seen. I've had like 15 and 20% skip frames. That's no good. That's no good at all. And I messed with settings in both OBS, which is the only thing that will record it. OBS, I tried. MSI Afterburner, I call, what's the other one? The X3. I tried everything. I bought software to try to make it work. I tried everything. I could not make the recordings work. And I thought, well, let me just focus on the game then. Forget about recording. Let me just focus on this game that I bought on Kickstarter, supported the developers, right? Gold member. $100 I paid for cattle and crops. The tech demo came out, what, like last March? And then the early access came out last June. Because they timed it. I know they did. They timed it to the Farming Simulator 2017 mod contest. And I'm going to talk all kinds of shit on cattle and crops now. I am a firm believer in the if you can't say anything nice, don't say anything at all school. But I've had it. I've had it. I'm a mad fake farmer right now. So the story is that the people that are developing cattle and crops are disgruntled modders. And they made mods for FS13 and FS15 and got into some kind of a kerfuffle with giants. And they said, oh yeah, well, we're going to make our own farm sim. How do you like that? And that's what they set out to do. But the thing is, apparently they set out to do this in like 2013. So it has literally been 5 years they've been working on this project. Early access came out a year ago at $40. I'm ranting, by the way. What you're hearing right now, this is a full-blown rant. The early access came out at $40. $40 is not early access. $40 is a retail game. $4.99 is early access. $40 is a retail game. You can go on Steam and get good, established, successful games for $19.99. $40 is an expensive video game. It is not early access. Well, I was on Kickstarter before the early access, so when early access came out, I got my Steam key. Now, I had tried the tech demo, never really got it working. And I finally got it working, sort of. and I was able to record it pretty well for a while. And then, like I said, the recordings dropped off, and right about that time, I feel like the game itself sort of dropped off. Like, things got kind of hanky. The AI is broken. You can't finish the missions. There's no content, and this has been... I mean, early access to me is the last stage of development, and it's when you essentially put your game out to fine-tune it. You pull a lot of features out, but they're done. Those features are done. You just pull them out so that there's a difference between early access and full retail, right? You can't release your whole game as early access and then later, like, what, re-release the same thing? No, you release early access, and it's a stripped-down version of your game. If you have 6 maps, early access has 2, right? If it's an FPS and there are 5 play areas, your early access has 1. If there are 20 weapons available, early access has 3, right? And you are testing it, but you're also getting some buzz going. Well, everything that's in Cattle and Crops early access, from what I can understand, that's all they have. So the idea that this is what we're putting out right now, but what, the full release is like coming up? No, it's been in development 5 years. I don't think they're even close. And it's at the point now where every patch has 10 promises, and they keep like 1 of them. And the other 9 promises that they didn't keep get pushed on to the next patch, which has 10 of its own promises. So now we've got 19 promises. And the patch comes, and it keeps 1. So 18 promises get pushed to the next patch, and so on, and so on, and so on. And then, on top of all this, I'm, I don't know, bickering with a mod tonight, with a moderator on their forum, and he tells me I should just wait, that I'm impatient, and I should just wait. And that is the most bizarre customer service model I think I've ever heard. It's like, our product isn't working properly, and you've paid for it. You should just wait until something happens. So I am uninstalling Cattle and Crops. I wanted to believe in it. I invested in it. I financially invested in it. It was only $100. It's not like I bought, you know, $500,000 worth of stock or something. But I invested in the game, and I believed in it, and I wanted it to work, and I have 100% given up on it. I have zero confidence that Cattle and Crops is ever going to be anything. I don't think it's ever going to be finished, and if it is, I think it's going to suck. It was supposed to take a bite out of Farm Simulator 2017, Farm Simulator 2015, Farm Simulator 2013. Apparently these are some disgruntled modders, and they raised, what, 900,000 euro on Kickstarter. And then they put their game for sale, and it's a game. Don't call it early access. For $40, that's a video game. They put their game for sale, $40, unfinished, and it's hopeless now. I have zero confidence that these jokers will ever put out a successful product. So if you are considering Cattle and Crops, my review, my recommendation is don't. Get Farm Simulator 2019, get Pure Farming, get Farmer's Dynasty. You know what? Get a Harry Potter book on Amazon. Your money will be better spent than wasting it on these Goombas at Cattle and Crops. Absolute disaster. And I'm a pretty tech savvy guy. I spent hours and hours and hours trying to close this out today. Like, once and for all, let's get this fixed. Surely the game cannot be this broken. Oh yeah, it absolutely can be, and it is. I found a thread. That's the other thing, that their forums, their moderators and the developers in the forums, they're so mad. They're so snarky. What are you mad at me for? All I did was give you money. What? How can you possibly be mad at me? I didn't do anything. I gave you money, and I'm asking what I get in return, and for that you're going to get snarky? I find these threads that say things like, this has been addressed before. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to inconvenience you by asking you to deliver a product that works. I see that I've struck a nerve. I'm sorry. And it's talking about things like install DirectX files from 2010? From 2008? What the hell is that? I am beside myself. But you know what? I did. If you say that this game needs DirectX from 2010, I will go to Microsoft and I will download them. I'll make this work. Didn't work. Did not work. So I am absolutely over it. I've tried and I've tried and I've tried for a year. It has never worked, and I've waited for every patch thinking this will be the one that works. There is never going to be a patch that works. The game is dead. It's been 5 years. I made a mistake. If I don't get my $100 back, then I'm an idiot. And I'll know for next time. And I feel bad for the next developer that is really putting together a good game that doesn't get my $100 because of what Master Brains did. They stole from me, I guess is the best way to say it. They took $100 from me because they needed money, because they spent the 900,000 euro that they raised. Where's my face tracking? Give it to me. Give it. Right there. I gotta get rid of that. Not happy. What do we need? I don't feel like going all the way over there to get that, so let me get the tipper first. Right? You know what I mean. I don't feel like towing the forager all the way over here and hooking it up to the tipper and pulling it all the way back. So let me get the tipper first and pull it into the yard, and then I'll hook up the forager. Oh, man. I am just beside myself. The disappointment of waiting a year and wasting a year on that nonsense is one thing, but this jackwagon moderator telling me I should just be patient, telling me that I'm an impatient person, you got to be out of your mind. Did we drop face tracking again? Come on, man. How is this happening? Time, out it goes. So, yeah, that's not the. I mean, when you're a moderator, that is customer service, and when you're dealing with someone who, I mean, and you can see on my signature, you can see that I'm a gold founder. You can see that I have invested money in this project. So it's not. I'm not claiming that I bought the game. You can see on my signature that I am a gold member, and that you would, I don't know how else to describe it, antagonize me. You got to be out of your mind, man. I'm a customer, and you're a representative of the company. What is wrong with you? You know, why would you act that way? And I'm not saying you have to, you know, kiss ass and go out of your way or anything else, but just address the complaint. Don't come at it like, you know, that this is somehow on me for wanting something that I bought to work. The nerve of me. You know, what kind of a lunatic? Come on. What kind of a lunatic wants something? I give up on face tracking. It's not working tonight. It's not staying linked. I have no idea why. Yeah, what kind of a crazy person wants something that they bought to work? Whoever heard of that? Oh, right, everybody. Come on, man. Oh. All right. So between, and it wasn't just the hour and a half to record the farm sim video. It was another probably hour and a half getting it converted, trying to render it. I mean, as it was cooking, I didn't have to do anything. It sort of does that on its own. But I had to put it in there. I had to do other things while I was waiting for it to cook. I had to, whatever. I don't know if we're going to be able to make this turn. Maybe. No. Oh, shoot. We can go in from the highway. So yeah, I've been up for almost going on 20 hours. And I get, that OCD. I get on a tear and I just want to keep working, and I tried everything I could do to get Cattle and Crops working. I set my graphics to like full potato mode. Full potato. And I was still going back and forth between 20 and 75 FPS. Oh, really? 20 and 75, huh? Well, that's nice. Did I just hit something? 30 to 40. Okay. 30 with occasional dips to 20. I'm not happy about that, but we can sort it out. 20 to 75. No, that's not working for me. And then on top of it all, to be interacting with this clown on the forum tonight and have him continually come at me like, well, what's your problem? What's my problem? I bought something and I want it to work. And I guess that's not how they do it in Germany, which is surprising, because everything that I know about Germany, my experience there, is they are very much all about making things work properly. They love it when things work. I'm leaving that open because that's where I'm going to take this out. Okay. What else is going on? I would say we have one less game for the channel, but we haven't been able to record. Let me do this inside headland first, and then I'll do the other one going the other way. Also curious how fast this thing fills up, because this is 2 growth stages, 2 layers of fertilizer. And I would love it if we could get like 5 or 6 of these out of here. That would be close to 100,000 liters just from this field. We'll see. We haven't put a Cattle and Crops video up in forever because I couldn't get it to work. So I can't really say that we're pulling a title off the channel because it wasn't there lately to begin with. So that leaves us with Farm Sim 2017, Euro Truck, American Truck, Project Cars, and Train Sim World. So I feel like we've got some decent content. How do I want to do this? I'm going to end up grabbing some of this, but I'm not trying to. Although, well, that wasn't my plan, but I guess that's a good, whatever, you know what I'm saying? We got plenty of room, so let's go ahead and just scoop this one up while we're here. So, I've looked at Pure Farming, I've looked at Farmer's Dynasty. Neither one of them, I have to say, really does it for me. They're both great games, and I've watched a ton of YouTube videos on both of them, and I think they're both great games. They're just, neither one of them are for me. But there's nothing wrong with either one of them. So we're not going to be doing either one of those on the channel. This is just about to fill up. I stopped talking because this is just about to get full, and then I have to think. Right. So let's not be on a hill when we do this. So I think we've got, particularly because Train Sim World is, there's some variety to it. So I think we've got enough room to sort of maneuver there. And I'll grab this here. And I wish that face tracking was working. I'll be right back. I'm going to try to get my... How we doing? It says we're good. All right, we're going to give it a try. So I think we've got enough. And did I say Project Cars? Project Cars 2? I think we've got enough content for the channel at the moment. I'm not worried about having enough content. I think I can do 2 videos a day, 30 to 60 minutes, and have it all sort of... Jeezy Pete's. That was a little bit mental. And have it all flow together and work properly. Not be too repetitive, but that there is enough consistency, right? Like, I don't just want to put random sims on here, things that you've never seen before. I want to test stuff. I want to sort of preview stuff on the channel, but you know what I mean. I want there to be, like this farm. We're sort of telling a story with this farm, like our trip around Europe in Euro Truck. The sorts of races that I'm doing in Project Cars. That there is enough consistency that you can go to the channel, you can see something that is something that we're doing together that you're sort of familiar with, right? But at the same time that there's enough variety, so it's not just like trains day after day, or trucks day after day, or whatever. I can't find my keys. There it is. Man, I'm a hot mess today. Right. Back in here. Back in here. And back in here. So I think with the titles that we have right now, I think we will be able to keep the channel full, keep it interesting, keep it consistent so it doesn't get boring, but have plenty of variety, I think. And I think we can do that without... My rant is over now. I am at peace. I'm a creature of light. So I can say we can do that without any more titles than what we have now. And when I say that, what I really mean is we can do that without cattle and crops. No. Did I just hook that wall? I did. Man, I don't know why. I think it's the face tracking. I really do. And I know that sounds like an excuse. Maybe it is. But I feel like I can't drive anymore. It's kind of bumming me out. Well, I have been doing a ton of laps in Project Cars. Does driving a race car interfere with your ability to drive a truck or a tractor? I'm not being an ass when I ask that. That's like a serious question. Because that could be a thing. I don't know. Alright. Also, I feel like this tractor is unusually fast today. Alright. So, I know the trick now. I know the secret. Well, first off, I know where the gate is. Right. Getting a lot better at getting in here. And I think we had what, 125,000 liters in here? Did we? What's his name again? Right. I think I have SweetFX and Reshade figured out. As long as it doesn't throw that bar up at the top of the screen, that drives me crazy. I just saw it. I just saw it. Just as I said that. There it is. There's this. And then there's that. Oh. Now I'm mad again. Right. I say 125,000. Let's see. Hey. Let's see how we do on my estimate. 131,000. Okay. Put it right in here. Put it in this little gap right here. Right. Whew. Yeah. I don't typically go mental like that, but I had to get that all out because I'm between the game itself and a year of this foolishness, and then that slapdick yokel on the forums telling me I need to be patient after they have my money, man. That is just ooh, woosah. No, if you have my deposit, or like if we have a contract or something, maybe I need to be patient. But when you have the full retail price, when you've been paid in full, then no, I do not need to be patient. So, yeah. See, well, I wouldn't apologize for that because I did it deliberately, and I don't think it makes sense to apologize for something you did deliberately. Right? You did do it. So I'm not apologizing for the rant. I guess I'm saying I appreciate you sitting through it, and I acknowledge the fact that that may have been uncomfortable or awkward for you or tedious. So I won't apologize for the rant itself, but I will thank you for your patience while I got that out, because that was, man, it's just been building up and building up since, I don't know, 10 or 11 this morning. Why are we floating everywhere? I got myself floating. I'm going to drive back over, hook up the forager, and I'm going to do one more pass, I think, and then call it. And this is going to be a goofy video, but hey, whatever. We're all entitled to one of those now and then. I'm not going to hook the wall this time. Fantastic. And I think I left the gate open on purpose. Right. What else happened? My Mighty Penguins won today. First round. It's only the first round, but they are the two-time defending Stanley Cup champions. So while it is expected that they would win the first round, it's also good that they didn't get knocked out in the first round, because that's, you know, this is not the 1930s anymore. You don't win 4 or 5 Stanley Cups in a row. So two in a row is impressive. 3 in a row has to happen for like, what, 30 years? And Detroit did that last in the 80s. So if they went 3 in a row, that would be fantastic. But I know it's almost inevitable that they get knocked out this year. Just not to get knocked out in the first round, and not to get knocked out by Philadelphia, one of my least favorite teams, probably because I grew up in Pittsburgh. So that's a bright spot. And as far as NBA, I guess I got some sentimental favorites, but my team is the Lakers, and they are they're in a bit of a rebuilding phase right now. They're not going to be contenders for, I don't know, not for a long time. So that was kind of a good thing. Try to do this in cab because I'm feeling all cocky now. I made it over here from the BGA without a catastrophist. So suddenly I'm like Mr. you know, face tracking guy. Right. It's actually a pretty good render. I'm pleased with that. This is so mental because I have to like keep my head still. Did I miss it? No, I didn't. Sweet monkey. Right. So, what the hell was I saying? What's his name again? Let me flip. This is just a hot mess. Let me flip around and go back and get the one that I already got half of and get the other half of it. But then I'm going to get the top of it from up here. Oh, this is... Now, I'm not on drugs, but days like this, I think, if I was, at least I would have an excuse. Right. So I'll go down to where I came up the hill, over just beyond the gate, and that will close out this part of the headland, and then I'll come back over here and get the last part of it down the hill to the lower gate. Yeah, it made sense in my head. And then I think after this thing is full, I'm just going to call it. I think we all know what it looks like to pick up grass windrow. Right. Now I may not. Yeah, I'm not going to be able to fit this rig under those trees, so I think what I'll do then is get this one going down the hill and then turn around at the bottom and get that outside headland coming up the hill, if there's even room in the tipper, and there may not be. If there's not, I'll just go drop it off and come back and get it. But I'm pretty sure we can get four loads out of this, which would be 100,000, which will put us close to, it'll put us at 230,000. And I would love to get that plant to 300 or 400,000 liters before we clamp it to ferment, so we could get at least a couple 100,000 pounds out of it, pound sterling, and get our money right, because we're so upside down right now. We're 250,000 upside down, and that always makes me a little bit nervous. I know it's fake money, but it's still, I don't like debt. I don't like being in debt, even fake debt. Right. This is a little hokey, but I'm going to do it anyway. Hopefully that's not making you totally seasick. Still nice part. It's okay. So let's get this part going, and we're not going to make it too far before this thing tops off, and then I'll call it an episode, and I'll finish this one off camera, and then we will, we've got like 5 big grass fields, so I might do several of them off camera, and then maybe skip ahead and start recording again for the last one in a couple of days. We'll figure it out. We always do. Right. Is that it? Cool. So you get this thing parked. Brake on. The engine off. I'm gonna hop out here. Woo-saw. Oh, let's just look at this beautiful meadow of grass, and let's just woo-saw. Let's just relax. Woo-saw. Folks, thank you so much for stopping back to check out the Portable Gamer. And I do appreciate you sticking with me while I got that all out today. It's nice to be able to vent. So thank you for that. And thanks for coming back for another episode of Farming Simulator 2017. We'll look for you next time. Take care now.